So in this video, we are going to have a look on the assertive nationalism. So we'll start with the objective of assertive nationalist, that what is the objective of pursuing assertive nationalism theory. Then we will analyze the methods of assertive nationalists, and at the end we will see the contribution of some famous assertive nationalists, and these assertive nationalists can be categorized also as extremist section of Congress. So at the end we will see the contribution of some famous extremists of Congress, that was Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Bipin Chandra. So getting started with the objective of extremist section of Congress, or what we call it as assertive nationalist. So some of the objectives were, the assertive nationalists did not aim at mere economic or administrative reform. They were not content with only constitutional and administrative reforms. Instead, they declared that we also want self-government. They declared that Swaraj was the ultimate goal of national movement. And what do we mean by Swaraj here? So by Swaraj, one of the extremists, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, meant possession of Indian control over the administrative machinery, but not the severance of Indian connection with Britain. That means we want to rule ourselves, but under the umbrella of British imperialism. So we do not want to end the Indian connection with Britain. Another extremist, Bipin Chandra, showed the impossibility of Swaraj or self-government under British paramountcy. So he basically emphasized that first we should end that, then only we can establish the self-government. Now we will see some of the methods that were taken by extremist section of Congress, or what we call it as assertive nationalists. So first of all, it is revivalism. So assertive nationalists drew inspirations from the Indian philosophies like Vedas, Dharma Shastra and the religious beliefs of ancient India. They tried to revive self-respect by referring to the past glory of India, like of Mauryan Empire, like of Shivaji, like of Maharana Pratap. In that way, Bal Gangadhar Tilak also revived Shivaji festival to celebrate the birthday date of Chhatrapati Shivaji, to instill patriotic feeling among the Indian people. The assertive nationalists projected Chandragupta Vikramaditya, Rana Pratap, Shivaji, Ashoka as national heroes whose memories would inspire the Indian masses to fight against the British. So here they are targeting Indian masses. They want to install the patriotic feeling among them. That is why they are basically referring here Chandragupta Vikramaditya, Rana Pratap and Shivaji. Now second method is Swadeshi. What do we mean by Swadeshi here? So Swadeshi means producing everything within the boundary of one's own country, means to produce in India and also to use those goods which were produced in India and to reject the goods which were imported to India from Europe. Okay, so this Swadeshi idea was popularized by occasional bonfires of foreign sugar, salt and cloth in order to reject the imported goods. The slogan of Vande Mataram was shouted during these bonfires to oppose the British import of European goods. Another tool was boycott. Not only goods were boycotted, but also it included the boycott of government services, government titles, government honors. Beside, a man buying or selling a foreign goods would be socially boycotted. That was basically actual meaning of boycott. This boycott was an effective weapon for harming the British interest in India, and that is why it was often used by assertive nationalists or the extremist section of Congress. Now coming to the last method, that is of national education. What was the scene basically? That the British government tried to prevent the participation of students in national movement. They said that if the students will participate in national movement, their enrollment will be cancelled. Therefore, with the Indian initiative and Indian capital, a large number of national schools and colleges were created for imparting education among these students. Some of the popular universities like Banaras Hindu University, Jamia Millia Islamia were one among them. However, the contents of national education included secular education, political education, moral education and vocational education to help them with their overall growth.
Now we will look at the contribution of Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Bal Gangadhar Tilak was born in the year 1856. Tilak remarked, "Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it." It is one of the most remarkable slogans made by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He set up akharas and lathi clubs to make youth physically strong enough to able to bear torture and repression of the Britishers. Tilak set up Home Rule League at Pune in Maharashtra in 1916. He, along with Mrs. Annie Besant, launched Home Rule movement in order to attain self-government within the British Empire by constitutional means. Tilak was popularly known as Lokmanya. He celebrated the Ganpati festival in Maharashtra to involve the masses. He also revived the Shivaji festival to instill patriotic feeling among the masses. Through his newspaper Maratha and Kesari, he preached nationalism. He wrote books like Gita Rahasya, The Orion, and The Arctic Home in the Vedas. He organized a no-rent campaign and told the famine-stricken farmers of the Deccan not to pay land revenue. Tilak was forerunner of Mahatma Gandhi. Now we will look at the contribution of Bipin Chandra Pal. Bipin Chandra Pal was born in the year 1858. He was a superb orator and he could motivate the masses through his inspiring speeches. He was the editor of the New India. He wanted the national education to arouse the nationalist passion against the foreign rule. He supported the anti-partition movement. He put stress on the development of indigenous industries. He preached the boycott of foreign goods and use of Swadeshi goods. He expressed his views in the book The Spirit of Indian Nationalism. He wanted the British government to spend more money on health and education. The economic theory are expressed in his book The New Economic Menace to India. Next are the contribution of Lala Lajpat Rai, and these three make the patch of Lal, Bal and Pal. Lala Lajpat Rai was born in the year 1865. He was also known as the Punjab Kesari. He became the first president in the All India Trade Union Congress. He joined the Ghadar Party in America, made by Lala Hardayal. He was associated with the Arya Samaj movement. He founded the Servants of the People's Society for the upliftment of the outcasts or the lower caste. He presided over the historic Kolkata session of the Indian National Congress in 1920, which adopted a resolution for non-cooperation. He was twice elected to the Central Legislative Assembly. During the anti-partition movement, he told people to oppose repression with all their might. During the demonstration against Simon Commission in Lahore, Lala Lajpat Rai was brutally assaulted by a British sergeant and consequently he died due to his injury. He started a monthly magazine called Young India in USA. His publication included The Call to Young Indian, England's Date to India, The Political Future of India, Punjabi, Vande Mataram, which was in the Urdu language, and People, which was in English language. That's it in this video. Now we will meet you in the next video. Thank you.